Welcome to the podcast. If you'd like to listen to an ad-free version of this episode and all of our episodes, then search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. That's our premium channel where all of our ad-free and advanced episodes live, all in one place. True Crime Today Premium Plus. Search it on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. Even try it for 3 days free.
You're about to take a deep dive into one of the biggest true crime cases in the universe. Or, at least, on our part of the planet. From the Hidden Killers podcast and True Crime Today.
The case against Sean Diddy Combs, the hip-hop mogul, is one that has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. The allegations are staggering, stretching back more than 30 years, involving claims of sexual misconduct, abuse, and exploitation of both adults and minors. These accusations have cast a long shadow over one of music's most powerful figures, with attorney Tony Buzbee now representing 120 individuals who claim they were victims of Combs' alleged behavior. The sheer scope and gravity of the case have set the stage for what could become one of the most significant legal battles in modern entertainment history. But behind the headlines and the accusations, there are real people, real victims, and an alleged pattern of abuse that Buzbee says went unchecked for decades. The accusations cover a period from 1991 to the present day, a span of more than 3 decades during which Combs allegedly used his wealth, power, and influence to exploit vulnerable individuals. According to Buzbee, the victims include 60 males and 60 females, with 25 minors among them. One of the most disturbing allegations involves a victim who was just 9 years old at the time of the alleged abuse. This type of sexual assault, sexual abuse, sexual exploitation should never happen in the United States or anywhere else, Buzbee said during a press conference. This should have never been allowed to go on for so long. This conduct has created a mass of individuals who are injured, scared, and scarred. Buzbee's firm received more than 3,000 inquiries from individuals claiming to have been victimized by Combs. After vetting these allegations, the firm decided to represent 120 people, but more cases are still being reviewed. Buzbee revealed that some of his clients had spoken with the FBI, which raises the possibility of further criminal investigations beyond the civil suits that are expected to be filed in the coming months. Combs, who is awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges, has categorically denied all accusations. Through his attorney, Erica Wolf, the music mogul declared his innocence, calling the allegations false and defamatory. In a statement, Wolf said, "Mr. Combs emphatically and categorically denies as false and defamatory any claim that he sexually abused anyone, including minors. He looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation." The allegations against Combs paint a grim picture of a man who allegedly preyed on individuals, many of them young and vulnerable, often luring them with promises of fame and success in the entertainment industry. According to Buzbee, many of the victims were aspiring artists who were drawn to Combs' orbit, hoping to break into the music business. Instead, they were allegedly subjected to drugging and sexual abuse at parties, auditions, and other private gatherings. Some of the most disturbing claims come from the alleged victims who were minors at the time of the incidents. One individual, who was 9 years old when he was allegedly abused, recounted being taken to an audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. According to Buzbee, the boy was promised a record deal and stardom, but instead he was sexually abused by Combs and others present at the studio. Another victim, a 15-year-old girl, was allegedly flown to New York for a party, where she was drugged and then raped in the presence of Combs. In another chilling account, a pregnant woman claimed she was drugged at a dinner in Miami and later woke up in Combs' bed. According to Buzbee, the woman had not been drinking because of her pregnancy, but the drink she consumed at the table was allegedly laced with drugs. She later woke up with injuries, including tearing and soreness, indicating she had been sexually assaulted. Buzbee also stated that some victims reported being drugged with horse tranquilizers, which left them incapacitated and vulnerable to abuse. Combs' legal team has dismissed the allegations as a reckless media circus, but has yet to address the specific details of each claim. For now, they are focused on defending their client in court, where Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking charges. He remains incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, having been denied bail twice. But for the accusers, the legal battle is not just about Combs' guilt or innocence. It is also about holding accountable those who enabled his alleged behavior. During his press conference, Buzbee vowed to expose the enablers who allowed the abuse to continue behind closed doors. Many powerful people, many dirty secrets, Buzbee said, hinting that the fallout from the case could reach far beyond Combs himself. He also suggested that his team had gathered significant evidence, including photos, videos, and text messages to support the claims against Combs. Buzbee's allegations suggest a web of collusion that allowed Combs to act with impunity for decades. This, according to Buzbee, is a case about more than one man's misconduct. It is a case about an entire system that protected him and silenced his victims. For decades, Sean "Diddy" Combs has been one of the most influential figures in the music industry. He founded Bad Boy Records in '93, launched successful careers for artists like Notorious B.I.G., Usher, and Mary J. Blige, and became a cultural icon in his own right. Beyond music, Combs expanded into fashion, liquor, and television, building a personal brand that was synonymous with success, wealth, and power. But as the allegations against him continue to mount, that legacy is now at risk of being irreparably tarnished. Combs has denied all the claims, insisting that he is innocent and that the allegations are an attempt to tarnish his reputation and extract financial settlements. His legal team has vowed to fight every case in court, confident that the truth will ultimately exonerate him. However, the sheer number of accusers, 120 and counting, raises questions about how so many individuals could have come forward with such similar stories. While the legal process will determine the outcome, the allegations have already sparked a broader conversation about the culture of silence that often surrounds powerful men in the entertainment industry. For many of Combs' alleged victims, this case is about more than seeking justice for themselves. It is about exposing a system that allowed abuse to flourish unchecked. The accusers come from more than 25 states, with the majority hailing from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. They represent a wide range of backgrounds and experiences, but they share one common thread. They were allegedly victimized by a man who wielded immense power and influence over their lives. Buzbee has said that more lawsuits are forthcoming, with many expected to be filed in New York and Los Angeles. The process of seeking justice is likely to be long and grueling for the accusers, but Buzbee has made it clear that he is committed to pursuing the case to its conclusion. "This is a long list already," Buzbee said. "But because of the nature of this case, we are going to make sure, damn sure, we are right before we do that. These names will shock you." As the legal battle unfolds, more details are expected to emerge about the extent of the alleged abuse and the individuals involved. Buzbee has already hinted that other powerful figures could be implicated as the case progresses, suggesting that the full scope of the scandal has yet to be revealed. In the meantime, Combs remains behind bars, awaiting his day in court. For now, the man who once stood at the pinnacle of the entertainment world faces a future in which his empire could come crashing down. The allegations against Sean "Diddy" Combs are not just about one man's actions. They are about a culture that allowed abuse to continue unchecked for decades. They are about a legal system that failed to protect the vulnerable. and they are about a reckoning that is long overdue. As more accusers come forward and more lawsuits are filed, the question remains, will justice be served? Or will the man who once seemed untouchable manage to escape accountability once again? For now, all eyes are on the courts as the truth slowly comes to light.
In a world where the darkest secrets lie just beneath the surface,
They said it was an accident, but the evidence says otherwise.
where hidden killers roam unnoticed in the shadows.
I think you would definitely be looking at a blend of toxic, very bad narcissistic personality traits, and they will be vengeful and possibly resort to violence.
Join Tony Buzbee as he uncovers the truth behind the most chilling cases.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence clearly says otherwise.
Each episode, we dig deep into the minds of those who commit the unthinkable.
To your point on narcissism, he thinks in his own mind how witty he is.
Yeah.
But he lost that jury. I was done with him in 2 minutes.
From unsolved mysteries to infamous crimes.
Geez, you've just talked about how you've taught yourself how to do everything under the sun. I bet you did a YouTube video, how to best kill somebody with a knife.
Hidden Killers with Tony Buzbee takes you where few dare to go.
How does someone with such a dark secret go unnoticed for so long?
With multiple new episodes every single day.
We're not just telling stories, we're seeking justice.
Listen now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Hidden Killers with Tony Buzbee.